Hi Queens, how's it going? Snowy here. So I just wanted to make this video about not being afraid to start over. Um, Now, let me start off by saying that change really is just the unknown. It's not knowing quite where you're headed or where you're going, but knowing that it's different from where you are now and hopefully it's for the better, right? So the unknown can be scary, change can be scary, but also you need to learn and understand that change is beautiful. So change is the culprit, the main culprit of growth, right? So like you can't grow without change, without changing something in some way, in some manner, some action, something. It's the only way that change can come about because you can't receive different results if you consistently do the same thing. You'll receive the same results, but after a while, you'll need to level up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You'll need to take your growth to a different avenue, to throughout a different vessel, maybe a different way of learning. Um, Maybe for an example, I could say you might start off by doing yoga, and then from there, like you do it for the physical aspect, right? For working out because you see those poses and you think they look dope as shit, and you just want to practice, right? You want to be able to do that pose. And from there, you start to experience the benefits of the yoga, and um, you start to notice how calm you are, how more collected you are, how more chill you've become, and how less stressed you seem to be in your day to day life. And then from there, you start to learn more, and you want to understand, why it is that you're experiencing these benefits, these things, these changes, right? Um, and from there, your practice grows and it changes. And oftentimes, we'll go and we dive deeper into one of the many avenues, one of the many limbs of yoga, depending on what resonates with you, what you resonate with best, whether it's breathing exercises, um, excuse me, meditation, um, or maybe it's diving deeper into your yoga practice. It could be a number of things, really. You might change and decide that you want to start eating differently. These are all different ways, avenues, quote unquote vessels, like the term that I used earlier, that we may use in order to accomplish these levels of growth, these changes that we need to accomplish. So, anyway, I just wanted to give that as an example. I hope that I didn't lose you, but with that, it takes me to my next point that it really is all about mindset. Change really is about mindset. It's your state of mind, it's your perception, it's your perspective on the situation, on the um, on the habit, task, plan at hand, etc. Whatever resonates with you. So we oftentimes say that we want to change. We want to change something in our lives. Whether it's like, I want to start working out. I want to stop smoking. I want to stop cussing. I want to start eating better. I want to change my eating style. A number of things that we all say individually that we feel we need to work on as a person, and we say that we need to work on these things or we want to work on these things, and we constantly put them on the back burner, and we haven't managed to find the time to do these things, right? And I say we because I have things on my own list that are continuously pushed to the bottom of the list. Going to the gym would be one of them, right? So, with that said, it's not until And I hate to say this, but a lot of times it's not until we have that tower moment, it's not until something happens that we have that epiphany, that realization that, holy shit, this is not going to work. I need to change. I need to do something. I need, this is not going to work for me anymore. And again, oops, sorry, that's shaky. Again, that's going to vary depending on what your particular thing is, you know. Let's say you want to move, right? You want to move to another environment. So instead of like, holy shit, like, there's too many things that are involved in moving, or there are too many things that are involved in owning a home. That's something that I personally want to aspire for. Um, and it's just like, oh my God, there are so many steps. What do you do? Okay, well, yes, the idea of buying a house is huge. But if we break it down into smaller steps, then maybe it's not so bad. So maybe instead of just like, okay, I need a house, we could say like, so what's the checklist of things that I would need in order to attain that house? Like, okay, so my credit score would have to be up to par. I would have to have a reasonable down payment. That means that my income would have to be consistent. That means that I would have to have nice savings. That means that I would have to maybe shift some of my spending, right? And so, like that's a list of 5 things right there. So then you could take those 5 things and you could break those shits down. So, like, if you said, all right, so for those 5 things, I'll break those things down and I'll task one for each month, right? So then we'll say, all right, so let's say we go with the first one. I need to improve my credit score. Okay, so then if that's the first month and that's the first thing that you need to accomplish, seems like a big ass goal within itself, right? We're going to break that down into there are 4 weeks, right? We'll break that down. Okay, so what can I do in this 4 weeks that will be actionable? Okay, so I can print out my scores on one day. I can check to see if there are any errors on the next day. I can dispute any errors that if I find them on the next day, right? So maybe that's one week. And then you go to the next week. Okay, so the shit that I found that's okay. Um, if it all checks out and those debts seem to be mine and I have some debts, well, so the second week we'll start setting up payment plans if we need to, or we'll just start paying some shit off entirely, right? And then, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's just like breaking down big goals and putting them into small steps, right? So again, don't be afraid to start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. It's one of the most beautiful things that you could ever do. There is so much strength and vulnerability you don't understand. A lot of people don't talk about it, but starting over because it's the right thing to do for you is one of the best things that you could ever do for yourself. I don't want to go and get dark and get morbid, but most people, when they lie on their deathbed and they're laying there, they are filled with regret. Don't live your life for anyone else. Do things because they make you happy. Do things because they fulfill you deep within. Do things because you are providing service to others and it makes you happy. It fills your cup in return. Do things that are reciprocal. Don't don't be afraid to step away from anything that's no longer serving you, whether that's a job, um, whether that's a relationship. Like, it does not matter. Whatever it is, take it, see what it is that you need to do about it, accept your losses, chop them off, accept them for what they are, accept all of the positivity, show the universe that you appreciate all that this experience has given to you, and I promise you that the universe will repay all of that energy that you've put in. It will return tenfold. Okay? So, again, don't be afraid to start over. I know that it's not easy. I know that it takes time. I know that it takes effort. That's why I'm so adamant about journaling, because really it's just a way to keep everything in the book, Write down your thoughts, write down your feelings, write down your plans, write down your actions, and keep some of your sanity, all right? So I know it's hard. I know that it's not easy, but know that it's always worth it, okay? So, um, one day at a time, one step at a time, right? So, I hope that that makes sense. I hope that I broke it down. I really tried to make this video short. I'm sorry. I I'm sorry. If you made it all the way through, you're a real one. I love you. Again, my name is Snowy. I'm the founder of Poetic Touch and the Haven Sisterhood. Really, I just like to help women on a journey of self discovery through self love. So, if you're interested in any of my services, don't be shy to click the link below. I'd like to thank you for taking this time to even watch this video. I hope that it's brought some value to you. So please don't be shy to like, share, subscribe, check out the Haven. All that information is below. Um, yeah, as always, it's my absolute honor to serve you. I love you. Bye.